or you send a text for your contributions. Your contributions are needed and are highly welcome. Nothing you say or send is being wasted. Man of God, please, can you tell us more on this third party? What is called third party in a marriage, and why do third party comes in and marriages do break out?
All right. Thank you very, very much. All throughout, we have been looking at why marriages fail. And today we are going to look at the involvement of third parties as a cause for which marriages fail. You must understand that whosoever you are submitting your issues in marriage is a third party. The first person is your husband, your wife, and then anybody coming into that marriage is an outsider, is a third party. And we are going to look at the people we consider as third parties. Number one, we are going to look at our friends. Maybe before you got married as a sister, before you got married as a brother, you had very close friends. You had people that you shared a particular level of fraternity. You have people that you share many things in common. You know, sometimes you go out, you drink, you feast, go to the beach. You have shared a whole lot of good moments. But then when it comes into the institution of marriage, when you are now married, you should be very, very careful on how you bring in such persons. No matter how close you people were, you must be careful on what advice you demand or you seek from them, because marriage is a completely different ball game. It's something that is very unique and peculiar, and only those who have been into it can actually assist you. And even those who are into the marriage, which are still another third party, may not be able to solve that particular problem. They may just be able to advise you based on their experience. But like somebody said, no two marriages are the same. So they may not have the same method at solving the problem, but then the advice from another can assist you to derive a method or a system through which your own problem can be solved. So a third party may be an involvement of an old friend, female or male. A third party may be an involvement of your mother-in-law or your father-in-law. A third party may be an involvement of your pastor. A third party may be an involvement of anybody, whether it's a counselor. I would like us to understand people actually get these people involved because they actually need a solution to their problems. However, not many of those that are gotten actually know how to handle their situations. And we are going to look at certain peculiarities when it comes to meeting friends, meeting mother-in-laws, meeting our mothers, to handle certain marital problems. Those are all what I call third parties.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, if you are watching, and I know you are watching, you are following, please, the numbers on the screen, just call or you send your WhatsApp message or you send a text. Today we are talking on third party in a marriage. Third party. So when you were talking, I heard you mention mother-in-laws, in-laws.
Yeah.
So I want to get something clear, or we want to have some clarifications.
Yes.
You talked of having mother-in-laws around friends. Now I want to concentrate on this mother-in-law. Now we've got African culture. Say when you get married to a man or a woman, you have gotten married to the whole family.
That's right.
So now when you get married to a woman or a man, and the parents or the in-laws are in the house, is that called, is that a third party? Is it advisable? Are they building the home or breaking it?
Thank you very much once more, Pastor Julie. like our culture holds, when you marry a woman or a man, you have married the whole family. The family of the man becomes the family of the woman. The family of the woman becomes the family of the man. And there is no way somehow you can avoid them from coming to the house. However, involving them in issues that happen between you and your wife, between your wife and the husband, is what we are looking at. So they can be involved, they can come to the house, but we must be careful, because a wise man always learns from the statistics of the past. And sometimes when they come like this, the in-laws come, it begins to bring a lot of heat. So I advise that once you just get married young and fresh, one of the things you must do is to keep the family away for some time. And the reason why you are keeping the family away for some time is not because you are avoiding them. It's because there is something that happens in marriage which is called the process of blending. The process of blending is when the two of you begins to understand certain things that you could not understand among or between yourselves when you were still in courtship. The process of blending begins to take place when you begin to see, reason alike with your wife, with your husband. The process of blending begins to come, or starts coming, when you begin to have an understanding of what this man is. This man is not like what I used to think. This man is different too. When those kind of understanding is coming, it means blending is taking place in the marriage. And in some relationship, this blending can take over 5, 6, 7, 8, even 10 years. So bringing in people, both from the wife's side, from the husband's side, may be a beginning of the problem, because the goal of understanding yourself may not be achieved, because there are many people that you'll be trying to solve many problems. Mother-in-law will begin to show you attitude, maybe because you went to the market and there was traffic and you could not prepare food on time. Father-in-law will begin, you begin to see all those problems, and it's like you entered into a problem. Meanwhile, the decisions that were taken when you just got married were not the proper decisions. So, what am I saying in essence? In essence, I am saying that when you marry, avoid relatives, avoid brothers, fathers, sister, cousin, in-law, as I can just put it humorously. Avoid them, not because you hate them, not because you don't want them, but because you want the best for your marriage. So you must make sure you people have come to a point where you see things from the same direction. Then you can start bringing people, because at that time, no matter who comes and talk, you people have already bonded. You people already understand your visions. You already understand what you want to do. And you have already understood that this marriage, nobody can break us. Not even my mother, not even my father. I think I've answered that question.
Thank you very much, sir. We are in the African society. We are trying to solve the problem of divorce. We are trying to solve the problem of scattered marriages in Africa and the world as a whole. So tonight we are here to talk on the third party in marriages. And the numbers on the screen, your contributions are needed, your text messages are needed, and even your WhatsApp messages you can send, you can call, or you can text. All your contributions are highly needed. Sir, I want to ask, what if you get married to a man that is so attached to the mother?
Yeah.
You knew very well that this man loved the mother to an extent. And in your mind, after marriage, the mother will automatically become your mother.
Yeah.
And after marriage, you discover that your husband brings your mother in, you will live together. So after some time, you discover that your husband listened to the mother so much that you can't say or do anything without the approval of the mother, and the thing is choking you. You can't really have your home like a wife in the house. In this case, how should you handle it to avoid broken marriage or divorce?
That is really a very complex situation. It is complex because when a man is attached to the mother, it's not easy to break the bond. But however, there is a way that such an issue can be handled. And one of the issue, or one of the ways to handle that issue, is that you must just play along with your husband. You must play along with your husband. You see, you must be patient with him until he is able to see your own point of view. No, that's number one. Number two, never you try to prove like your husband's mother with that kind of attachment they have is wrong, despite the problem. When you begin to prove to your husband that the mother is wrong, for whatever reason, that's the beginning of chaos and eventually divorce in such a marriage. And that is why I said this is a very complex situation. Play along with your mother. You get attached to the mother of the guy more than him. Do everything possible to win the mother to your side. Oh, this is a big secret. Do everything possible to win the mother onto your side. Once you can win the mother to your side, you have gone 99% in solving such a problem. So I have given 3 ways to solve the problem. Number one, never you prove to your husband that his mother is wrong, no matter how wrong the woman is, because of the strong bond and attachment that they have. Number two, try to win the mother to your side. Women, you can do it. Do everything possible to get her on your camp. That is why, or that is what every daughter-in-law should do. When you get married to a man's family, your first mission is to win your mother-in-law. If you win your mother-in-law, you have guaranteed the success and the posterity of that marriage. Because even when the son will get up that he does not want this marriage, because you won the mother will say, no, she is a good girl. You cannot just desert her like that. You people cannot desert. Why? Because you or she is on your side. So win the mother and make sure, shower her with a lot of gift. You see, you are not trying to bribe. It's not bribe. Marriage is a complex situation, brothers and sisters. Marriage is a situation that requires a lot of wisdom to manage, especially, problems that come out of it. So, if you must manage a problem, you must apply wisdom. And in this problem of a man who is attached to the mother, hey, sir, or ma, when you get married to such a man, just know that you have gotten married to mommy's boy. And when you get married to mommy's boy, you should expect to become mommy's girl. That's the only way, or that's one of the ways the marriage can succeed. Get attached to him. And I said, lastly, any decision they take with the mother, just support it. Just tell the man, that's the best decision that you and mom took. They should never see that your opinions are contradicting what they have agreed with the mommy's boy. I think I've attempted the answer.
Thank you very much. So from the beginning of your talk, you said third party is family members, cousins, mother-in-laws, father-in-laws coming into the marriage. So I want to ask, there are traditions in Cameroon and in Africa as a whole, that when you get married, when going to your home as a woman or as a man, they give you a child, or they give you somebody that you go into, they say this is your first child that you are going into the marriage with. Now this is not just a baby, it's a grown-up. Now what if the man does not support that idea, and you, the woman, you have no choice, you just have to take the child because your family wants you to take the child to your marriage? You now as the man, what will you do? Because you have already got married to your wife, you want your wife, and you want your marriage, you are starting a life, and you want your marriage to move forward, and now a third party is coming to your home. How are you going to handle it?
Woman of God, your questions are very striking and they are very pertinent. That is why before you get married to a lady, you must find out certain things about her. You must know. You must come to the knowledge of that reality concerning that family, concerning that tribe, so that you can avoid it even before time, or better still, you can already program yourself on how to manage the situation when it comes to that case. So at this case, sir, you must find out who you marry, because you cannot just see a girl, her fine face, her big buttocks and breast, and you just rush into marriage, and then at the end you begin to cry that, hey, I did not know. No, crying that you did not know is a sign that you were still a boy at the time you were getting married. Yeah, so you must find out those details to avert it. But if you have come into the marriage and you already have such situations, what I would advise for peace to reign is that you must be able to, sit down as couples to talk about the situation. Better still, you can advise the person. If the person is a grown-up that followed you people home, you can say, okay, because of this reason, if you have the money, you can rent the person's own house, and you tell the person the house is open for you. You can help the person from a distance. You put the person from a distance, give the necessary help you can give to solve that problem. But you see, once you are in, you are in. And anytime you want to fight it, it may bring a lot of problems to you and your spouse, and the marriage is not going to be healthy as you presume before you entered into it.
Thank you very much. We are still on the program. The program is still rolling. Maybe you just joined us now, or you started from the beginning. We are talking on a third party in marriage. We are on marriage talk. Today, we are talking on third party. And our numbers are there. Just call or text, and your contributions will be read out, and the man of God is going to clear our doubts. Sir, please, I wish to ask, this third party, I just want to know, sir, is it of physical and spiritual, or just physical? Because from your introduction, you said third party is either people coming into the marriage, relatives, mother-in-law, father-in-laws, relatives. So I didn't hear anything of spiritual. So I just want to ask, is it of spiritual, just physical, or is it both physical and spiritual?
Well, for the purpose of our subject, we are going to look at it both physical and spiritual.
Okay.
You see, your questions are very pertinent and they are very striking, because these are problems that we face nowadays. A sister is about to marry, but she has a covenant with a marine husband. That marine husband is a third party. And that marine husband is going to frustrate that her relationship such that they may not have joy. There are many men, many women, many couples, some are listening to us right now, who are going through a whole lot because there is an involvement of a spiritual third party. And when these third parties involve spiritually, physically, you people will be seeing one another as the problem. The man will be seeing the wife as she is the problem. The wife will be seeing the husband as he is the problem, but never coming to a consensus to solve the problem. Why? Because the involvement of the spiritual third party is to make sure that she has her, he has her unto himself, just like she has him unto herself. So there can be an involvement of a spiritual third party. And how do we involve spiritual third parties? It could be through covenants. Yeah, through covenants. For example, you took a covenant with a guy, you took oath. If I don't marry you, I'll not marry anybody in this world. When you took that covenant, you were just there with the girl, but the spirits were watching, because there are spirits on earth that when we speak, they take what we say to bring it to our manifestation. I would like us to know, to this note, that man was created in the image and in the likeness of God. So anytime you speak, what you speak has the potency. When I talk of potency, it has the power to come to manifestations. So when you enter oaths, some even go to the extent of shedding blood. Some going to talk in a whole lot of words. This, I will marry you. If I don't marry you, this. And once that is done, she leaves the man one day and enter another marriage. There is a third party already involved there spiritually. Why? Because there were a cloud of witness that took note of the word, and words don't die. Words should not be spoken out of excitement. Words should not be spoken because the man has bought you shawarma. Words should not be spoken because you have taken 3 Expo and you are high. There is a day when that word that you spoke with the influence of 3 Expo will come real when 3 Expo will not be there. That's when you will understand that words are powerful. So there can be an involvement of a spiritual third party. But then we are here to break such power over your life. Whatsoever you involved yourself with a third party, which has brought shame and disgrace to your marriage, today I divorce you with that third party in the name of Jesus. So, woman of God, it is possible that you are physical, but you have an involvement with a spiritual third party. In our ordinary parlance, we call it marine husband or marine wife. So you see, it's possible. I met a case in the church, and we were praying another sister's deliverance. And when we started praying, I don't believe in demons speaking because they lie too much. But sometimes God allowed them to talk so that they give us a revelation of what is actually happening in the family. So she started speaking and was laughing. He said her sister is about to divorce. We are the ones causing it. She cannot stay in marriage. Wow. And when I looked at it very well, there were physical causes that made this sister to go to the court where they are at a point of divorce. So we are Africans. And I would like to say, ma, that life is spiritual. Irrespective of your denomination, irrespective of your beliefs, irrespective of your tribal differences, irrespective of our national differences, we must understand that life is spiritual. And anytime you want to succeed in the physical, you must face life first in the spiritual. If you cannot settle matters in the spiritual, you cannot harvest the beauty of life in the physical.
Thank you very much. We've heard what the man of God has said. Please send in your contributions, sir. Please, we are going to take one contribution from a message somebody sent before we continue, sir.
Yeah.
Somebody asked that he's about to get married. I know the program Singles and Married are watching.
Yeah.
And somebody might not want to make mistakes because we are here to correct before you enter. You are already in. We are here to prevent you from going out. So you are all welcome. Somebody's asking a question that is, I'm about to get married to this guy. He's asking me to get married to him, but he's so attached and close to the mother, and the mother wants me to join her business, which is this petty roadside business. And I am not used to, or I don't want to do that kind of business, but I love this guy and the guy does whatever his mother says. What should I do in this situation?
That's really good and interesting. What should you do in this situation? Who do you want to marry? I guess it's the boy. If you say you love him as you have sent your contribution, if you say you really desire this guy, then your love for him should break that boundary between the mother. If you cannot go into it, if you are afraid that the fraternity between the boy and the mother is strong, then leave the marriage. Perhaps the boy will get married to the mother. But if you feel that you love him enough, Bible says love conquereth all things. So with love, you can conquer that phobia that you have.
Thank you very much, sir. Please keep sending in your contributions. This is just a contribution from somebody. Send yours. It's very important. We learn from the questions and the answers the man of God is giving us tonight. So following the answer you gave to the question, you talked of love and bond. So can we say or can we conclude that love and bond can send away third party, or can send a plan of a third party in a relationship?
Yes, absolutely yes. When your mother begins to discover that the bond that the son-in-law has with the daughter-in-law is strong, two things will happen. She may fight, because sometimes mother feel like the wife has come to separate her with the son. She may fight and pose a whole lot of problem. But when the bond is very strong, she will surrender and go back to the husband's house. So I want to give this advice to our mothers out there. Mom, dad, we should understand that when a man rises to say, I want to marry, it shows a sign of maturity. And when that boy shows that, I think that you should limit your influence that you have towards that boy, so that that boy can come to a point where he can handle and manage issues of marriage, his life, and other things correctly. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Another contribution, just call me. Please keep sending in your contributions. They are all needed, and it's going to help somebody. Following the answers, the man of God is here to provide solutions to that broken marriage, solutions to that marriage which is about to be chartered. We are here to put things together, and we are here to make you not to enter into wrong marriage or to have a different notion why you should get married. Different notion can also be a problem. We have been talking about marriage talks, about why marriages fail, and we discover that the wrong notion is one of the reasons why marriages do fail. So we are here on this program to try to put things together, to make things work. Divorce has become so high in the society, so we are trying to reduce it, and we are trying to see how the African society can be a better place for couples. So I want to ask, what if you get married to a girl or a boy, and at the end of the day you discover, or it is real, that the house they are living, or the boys well-to-do or the girls well-to-do, is the contribution of the parents, or an uncle or an auntie that took care of the boy or the girl. Now you are bound to listen to the uncle or your father or your mother following your marriage, and it's not making your home or your wife comfortable. Either you follow my rules or you leave my property. So now you are in between the property and your marriage. In this case, sir, what will you do, or how can you bring in solutions?
Thank you very, very much. It is irresponsible, or it is a sign of irresponsibility as a man to even marry your wife, and you are living maybe in a family compound, or you are living in maybe an aunt who brought you up. You are still living in a house. You are still a boy. You were not supposed to get married. You are still a boy. When you get marriage, is a thing of responsibility. And I want to say to that aunt that may be listening to us, the fact that you sponsored, the fact that you helped that boy to go to school, you did not help him to become your slave. In this world, somebody must help another person to become something. So you don't help the person to become your slave. You help the person because you have a responsibility as a human being or as a family member to be able to give that boy the future that his destiny deserves. And when you do it, allow the boy to make decisions on your own, just like nobody forced you to help him. Allow him to do the things that he seems good, not by force. I think that this is a wicked hegemony. And this hegemony sometimes is common with the Bakweri people. Okay. Yeah, it's common with the Bakweri people because you can see a big sister in this land or in the Bakweri land, and they are still like controlled, you know. They are still under the hegemony, a big brother, still under the hegemony of the parents. If the mother says so, he must follow. I don't think this is right. Every responsible father has a desire, number one, to groom the child to a boy, from a boy to a man. And when you have showed that your responsibilities correctly, up to when the person becomes a man, your responsibility ceases from there. At that point, you only be a coach. You be a coach not to dictate what he does or she does. You be a coach, you know, to guide her in her plans, in his plans. And when you see a plan which he wants to take, which she wants to take, which you think it may cause danger for her, and you advise her or him, he doesn't take it, leave it. Experience will be the next instructor for such a person. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope we are listening and we are getting or hearing solutions to our problem. I believe there's someone out there, I believe there's a family out there, there's a marriage that is facing this same situation. And I also believe from what the man of God just said, you are having solutions already. From what the man of God just said, you are solving your problems already. You are beginning to, you are calculating that. Thank God for this man of God. Thank God for this program. Thank God that the program came at this time. At this time, my marriage will not break. My marriage will stand. The society will not spoil my marriage. Third party will not break my marriage. So while talking, you talked of being matured. So I want to ask, in a relationship or in marriage, there are times that we say third party. I believe third party is not just because you have talked of spiritual and physical. Now to come to the physical. I believe third party is not just human beings or in-laws. I believe even the means. Can we consider means as a third party, like monetary means? Who has money and who does not have money? Who is working in the relationship? Who is not working? Who is doing this and that? Who is not doing this? Can also be considered as a third party?
No, this cannot be considered as a third party because these are things. They are items. They are inanimate, objects. We cannot consider them as third parties. But however, I think that the involvement of finances, for example, we have gotten on our tables a lot of families, a lot of people, because the lady is working, the man no longer have any right at home, the man is treated, is just treated anyhow, and he doesn't have respect because maybe he lost his job, and the wife now is the one sustaining the family. Please, you see, God left that your own job as a lady to still be functioning because he has a good plan for you people. Don't use because you have money more than your husband to make him a tool that you use anyhow. Daddy, I'm going out there. Before I come like that, please try and see how you can help the children. You people cook something. Wow! Wow! That's really witchcraft in manifestation. I defined witchcraft one time that witchcraft is there, or witches are not just those who fly in the night. Witches are those who practice satanic activities. How can you be going out and giving instruction to the man who married you because he is down. Wow! You need help. You actually need help. So that area cannot be considered as third party.
Thank you very much. Please, the numbers are on the screen. Keep sending your contributions, your text, your WhatsApp, or your call is highly, highly needed and is welcome. We need to solve the problem of the society together. We need to come together to solve this problem of divorce. Is very high in our Africa society and the world as a whole. So we are here, or we have been coming here for weeks now, and we are here today to see how to put this particular section of life together to make it stand and to make it work for the society to be a better place and to build a better platform for the future and for our children. There's a common saying that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. You cannot be a better leader when you have a broken home. You cannot be a better leader when your home is shattered. You cannot be a better leader when there's no peace in your home. You talk to people, some people outside, you say you're a leader, but when you go home, there's nowhere to lay your head. There's no peace. So we start solving the problems from now before getting to the future, before becoming the leader which we are planning to be. So we are still here with the man of God, and he's here and is ready to answer any question, to answer anything you ask him. He's here today. Sir, before we move on, I would like us to look to another contribution. Somebody is asking, sir, before I got married to my husband, I had friends. I had friends that we moved things together, school, everything. But now that I'm married, my friends come to the house and they invite me out. We go out for girls outing. We go out for girls outing. And now it's beginning to bring a problem to my home. My husband is saying that he is not comfortable. But I don't understand because he met me with these friends before we got married. So in this case, are my friends bad friends? What should I do? Are they third parties, good ones or bad ones? What should I do to keep my marriage going?
All right. I presume that is a lady talking. Please, when you want to send your message, just try and give your name and where you are watching us from. I'm going to be careful on how to tackle that problem. It's a big problem which many are going through today. And us having that problem from the viewer there is a sign that somebody else somewhere may be going through that same problem. You see, your life goes through stages. And once upon a time you were in the womb of your mother, maybe for 9 months. For some people who were up to 9 months. Some of us did not reach 9 months. After that, you were born. And when you were born, you cried. So after the womb stage, you left that womb stage. Now you are born. And at this stage, you are carried everywhere. It's just a stage. It's going to last for some time. And after that, they are going to start putting you down to try to sit on your own. After that stage of sitting on your own, you will try to, to start crawling, to start creeping, as we call it. After creeping, you enter the stage of trying to stand. To stand. You see, mother say, tante, tante, tante. I hope you did that too. Yeah, that was just being humorous. The child will begin to stand. And after that stage, what will happen next is that the child will begin to remove legs, and start running and start walking. After that stage, enter primary school, finish to secondary school. These are all stages which I'm trying to explain. At this stage, you are single. At this stage, you create friends independently. At this stage, you decide what friend to have, at what time to have him or her, and all that. But a stage is also going to come when you decide to say, I want to organize my life. Now I'm going to have one serious committed friend. Sister, once you make that decision to be committed to that man as a husband, you have graduated from the stage of singlehood into the stage of marriage, which is a very strong and a complex institution instituted by God. So, the demands and the activities of your life are supposed to change automatic. If they cannot change, it's either you got married when it was not yet time. Because anytime you get married, one of the things that happen to the man or woman is that they lost more friends. And that is including you. You don't lose them because they have become bad. You lose them because values have changed. You lose them because, now you are beginning to see life differently. They used to see life like, oh, boy, let's go clubbing, let's go beaching. I don't know whether it's a good grammar. Please just borrow that, my grammar, for me. Let's go beaching, let's go to the beach. Let's go, that's what I mean, let's go beaching. You see, let's go here and there, let's go to the beach, let's go to the snack, let's go to the, that is a life of a single person. That is a life of a single lady. When you become married, there's a scripture that I love. The Bible says, when I was young, I will go to anywhere I want to go. He said, but when I become old, somebody will put a rope on my waist and pull me to where I don't want to go. That's exactly what marriage becomes. So I used to give it a name, a necessary bondage. I call it a necessary bondage, not because it's a bondage per se, but because there are things you are not expected to do anymore. And so, when you begin to have single friends, both boys and girls, flipping into your house to take you out, I think you must stop it, because you now understand that I'm not a single boy. I need to take order from my husband. For the husband, I must inform my wife. My wife must be in d'accord with it before, I move. Or better still, if they want us to go out, let my wife and myself, we join them and go out, because everything has changed. So sister, don't spoil your marriage because you think you want to keep, a strong fraternity with the friends you have had over the years. If you continue like that, that man is going to leave you, because you are going to portray acts of insubordination, acts of gross disobedience. And no man wants to be disobeyed by the wife he married, or he went, and suffered. Some even borrowed to marry, and then at the end they even leave him and start paying the debt. Nobody wants that kind of control. So at this time you must be there, and when you want to go anywhere, the man must give you permission. When you want to do anything, you must seek the consent of your wife. You must seek the consent of your husband. You must seek the consent of, the person you have made the vow to engage with. So it is very, very important to take this advice. And what's the advice? Stay with your partner. Your husband becomes more valuable than any friend when you are married. Your wife becomes more valuable than any friend when you are married. And so you need to stay with your friend. You need to stay with your husband. You need to stay with your wife if you want the marriage to continue, if you want the marriage to become a success. I hope I've answered your question.
Thank you very much.
Talk to you, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the answers. I hope our audience are satisfied. Please, if you are not satisfied and you need more clarifications, just call the number on the screen. And after the program, you can talk to the man of God one-on-one and have more details and more clarifications. Sir, please, I wish to ask, or I wish to know, you said third party are in-laws coming into the marriage. Please, I wish to know, how long should a third party or an in-law stay when it comes to visit? How long? Or is it any time duration? How long should an in-law stay when they come for visit? Is there any time duration or any rules for that?
Thank you very much. I think there is no general rule when it comes to how long an in-law is supposed to stay, maybe in the house of the son-in-law or the daughter-in-law. But I have this contribution to make because of experience or out of experience. Except when the lady is just gave birth, that maybe the mother-in-law or the mother can stay for even like a month until she becomes strong and understand how to manage, especially when that is her first time of putting to birth. You see, she can stay up to a month. But once she is able to do all those things, I feel that the people who come to visit them, whether it's the father-in-law or it's the mother-in-law, whether it is the friends and all that, they should not last for more than a week in the house. Keeping somebody for more than a week around you is very dangerous. Statistics have proven psychologically that it is after 1 week that the people begins to, draw certain conclusions about you and can use those conclusions against you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Today we are talking on the third party in the marriage. Third party in the marriage. If you are just joining us now, please, you see the numbers on the screen. Your contribution is highly needed. For today, we are talking about the third party in a marriage. We are trying to see how to put marriage together, to put certain things from happening in marriages, to put from preventing people from going for divorce. Try to see how they can balance themselves and prevent problems in marriage. So today we are talking on the third party,
the involvement of third
party in the marriage. And thank God, because the man of God is here and is able and is answering all the questions that are coming in. He's ready. So please send your contributions, send your questions, send your WhatsApp message. Call the numbers. The numbers are on the screen. Your question or your contribution is not stupid or is not foolish, but is highly needed. Thank you very much for watching. Sir, we are talking about third party.
Yeah.
Please, if we talk about third party, now we might have friends that always come to give us advice. Yeah. Friends that come to us, tell us what to do. Like women, women like advice. Women like people that always say things to their favor. So please, I want to ask. Now, you are having a marital issue, and this particular, you have been taking advice either from your mother-in-law or from your friend, taking advice. You have been giving advice, but some will work, some will work, some will not work, and you are still there. So please, we need your advice. In this case, what should the woman do? Because not all women know how to tell their friends, please don't come again, or this thing you're telling me like that is breaking my home. So a woman that does not know how to choose between advice, which one is good, which one is not good, or they are giving me so many advices, which one should I take? What can we say to this kind of class of women?
All right, let me also be careful to answer that. When you get mature, one of the signs that a man or a woman is matured is her ability to take decisions that will benefit her life, that will push her life forward. So if you are at the mercy of, telling your friend not to come again because you are seeing that some of the advice or some of the information she gives to you concerning your marriage is instead bringing problem. If you are at the mercy of sending her away, then you should welcome divorce. Because you cannot be joking with something you brought a whole lot of people to stay in because of the counsel of a friend or because of the fact that this is my friend, we have come a long way. Then you don't understand what you are doing. Number two, I am going to say that when the people come to advise you, the friends, I'm going to say something concerning friends. when they come to advise you, you must be very careful, because nowadays we have seen many friends that are, very satanic. I'm sorry to say so, with a very bad heart. She instigates her friend. Meanwhile, she has interest on her friend's man. And so she poses all kind of wrong counsel, so that there's going to be tension between the man and the wife, and then she will come in to claim as the good one, as if she's coming to help. And then, since men are always moved by what they see, the man will fall. So you must be very careful, and you must be sensitive enough to read. So when you meet somebody who is advising you, you must be able to select which one is appropriate, or you must be able to appropriate the advice suitable enough for that your relationship. Not every word that someone may say to you as a counsel to help you in a situation is supposed to be applied. Because sometimes we talk out of emotions. Sometimes you come to a counselor, he too is facing a whole lot of shit in his house, and he lacks the ability to compose himself and to dish out rightly what is due you concerning your matter. So you must understand these weaknesses when it comes to human relationship and human behaviors. You must understand the weaknesses. It is not at all time that Pastor Jarvis, Priest Jarvis seated before you may be at the best frame of mind to advise you. So when you come and Priest Jarvis is talking and you see that this man is not at the best frame of mind, that is not a good time to take such an advice. So you must be able to differentiate. If not, you will land yourself into a big shit.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your advice. Please, we are almost getting to the end of the program. The numbers are on the screen. If we are not able to read your messages today, just call the man of God. He's always available. He is here in Boya at Miss Bride entrance. Just get to him anytime. Call him and he will tell you where you should meet and the counsel, or he's going to give you more counsel on this marital issue. He is not just a pastor, but he's also a relationship and marriage counselor. He is always at the disposal of the needy. He is always there to answer questions, and he's always there to solve the problems that we are unable to solve. Hallelujah. Please just keep sending your messages, even though we don't have time again to read your message. But after the program, your questions and your problems can still be seen into. Sir, before we go, can you have any last word for the people, or do you have anyone that you want to pray with? Do you have something to tell the audience about today's topic, or about today's program, or anything you have to say to the people?
All right. Somehow we have been biased in the way we have handled the third party. We have concentrated more on, family relations. I am saying that third parties are not only family relations. They may be your friends, school friends, and all that. Sometimes you must be careful which friend you tell what. I have a friend, he's much like a brother, it's in Yaoundé, Mr. Samuel. You see, he is such a brother that no matter what challenge I have maritally, I can talk to him. Why? He will be able to say something that is going to help me, not minding how I will feel. So, whenever you are going to seek counsel from a third party, one of the things you must kill is the way you will feel. A third party should not talk to you what you want to hear. A third party should talk to you what will solve your problem. Sometimes what will solve the problem will be very painful. Sometimes what will help the situation is going to be so painful such that you will sit like that, and it's like, this is not what I came for this person to tell me. But that is what you were supposed to hear to make that marriage work. So I want to advise our fellow viewers that when you are going out there to meet a counselor, don't go with a preconception. Don't go with what they call in theology blind spot. Don't go with information in your mind which you want the man to just say it to confirm your assertions. Go with the mindset that I want somebody to talk to me to solve this problem that I have been through. And I bet you, when you go and meet anybody, when you have that kind of mindset, even when the person begins to say what will not solve that problem, you are going to identify it, and you are going to know exactly what to do. Lastly, I want to pray for you. I don't know wherever you are watching us from. I don't know the challenge that has been in your marriage. I want to pray for you that any third party in your relationship, be it spiritual, be it physical, which is making that your marriage not to be sweet, which is making that your marriage not to have the glamour it's supposed to have. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I rebuke that third party.
Amen.
In the name of Jesus, I rebuke that third party. Be it who, whether it's a mother-in-law, whether it's a father-in-law, whether it's a friend, I rebuke them in the name of Jesus. Mother-in-law, go